Hi, my name is Brandon, and I'm an alcoholic and addict in recovery. And today I wanted to talk about something that happened to me the last few days. I am in a position where there's some potential layoffs coming up at my job, and I've got reason to think I might be impacted by those. And the last few weeks, it hasn't really bothered me that much. Uh, really been able to just kind of go with the flow and say, well, if something happens, here are the things I'm going to do. And otherwise, it's not really in my control. So I can just focus on the things that I can do regarding this and then be okay with it. But the last few days, the potential layoffs have been bothering me more. And I've been a little worried about them, obsessing about them. And I couldn't figure out why until I realized that there was stress going on in a completely different part of my life. It was still work related, but it had nothing to do with these layoffs. It was just a task that I had to complete that was really urgent. And it made me realize how much in recovery and in regular life, stress that seems unrelated to, for instance, recovery or something else that's going on can often impact us. So this stress from just a task that I had to get done at work was impacting the way that I was responding to the potential for layoffs. And it reminded me of why it's so important for me to have a recovery bank or a spiritual bank. And what I mean by that is that even on the good days, I do something for my recovery. I do something to feed myself spiritually so that I build up kind of a savings account. So that on the bad days, the days when I'm stressed out, the days when something kind of crappy happens, I get to make a withdrawal from that. And I've got this spiritual reservoir, this recovery reservoir built up that I can go to on those tough days so that instead of getting super stressed out and emotional and where I'm really, really worried, I can kind of handle it a little bit better and handle it with a little bit more grace and finesse than I normally would. And for me, a big part of this has been showing up in daily exercise. I've over the last few months really started exercising on a daily basis, and I've noticed that those times that I'm exercising on a regular basis and really getting some good solid exercise in, my overall mentality is much more even keeled. I have much less stress in my overall attitude toward life, regardless of what's going on. So life can be chaotic around me, but if I'm getting my exercise in, I'm getting my daily reading in, my daily prayer, my meditation, my meetings, my fellowship in, if I'm getting all of that in, then all this daily stress that goes on, it's still there and it still sometimes can get to me, but just not in the same way that it used to. And not in the same way that it would if I was just living without alcohol and drugs. So I wanted to take a second today just to do a quick video about this because I haven't had time today. It's been a stressful day. I've been working since early this morning, and it just reminded me that in the old days when I was really drinking and using a lot, if something like that had happened where I had to get up first thing in the morning and start working and it was super stressful, I'd be at my wit's end right now, and I'd be exhausted and just ready to go down a 18 pack. But I don't feel like that anymore. I was able today to draw on this reservoir, and things got a little hectic, but I was able to keep myself in check. And now I'm ending the day, and instead of feeling exhausted, instead of feeling worn down, I feel energized. I feel like I've accomplished something. In fact, I feel so good, I'm going to go for a jog right now. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Just the importance of, even on your good days, you got to put a little bit of money in the bank. It's just like savings in real life, your financial savings. Even when you don't need money, even when you don't feel like you need to save, you should be saving money for the times that you actually do need it. Same thing with recovery. Every day, put in a little bit of work, because that builds up over time. And those times when you need that strength, that hope, those times when you need a little bit of buffer to help deal with the stress and chaos of life, you'll have something there to draw on. So that's it for today. Hopefully, I'll be back here regular time tomorrow with more. In the meantime, have a great day.